Hello, good morning. Very warm welcome to everybody. Welcome to today's One-Point Oneness meditation session. My name is Matthew. I'm a member of the team here at Onepoint. And for those of you that are here for the first time, just a little bit of background. We started these sessions last April. And the reason was that many of us at Onepoint Consulting have a daily practice of meditation that we find extremely beneficial. And we wanted to share meditation methods and insights into positive thinking with a wider audience. So we know the benefit that we've all taken from it, and we thought it'd be lovely to share this. And especially with all the challenges that started last year for everyone, on top of the usual, we thought it would be a really good time to start doing that. So hence these One-Point Oneness sessions were born. And we've been very fortunate over the last 9 months or so to have some really, really experienced facilitators of meditation. And today is no exception. I'd like to welcome Mukesh Pancholi to join us. Mukesh, a very warm welcome.
Good morning.
And just a little intro to Mukesh. He's the Center Coordinator for Inner Space, which is a meditation and personal development center in Manchester. He's been a student and teacher of Raja Yoga meditation for more than 35 years. And as you'll find out, Mukesh has a very gentle and supportive style, which he uses in leadership, and he encourages others to fulfill their potential and brings a calm and stable presence to everything he's involved with. And today Mukesh is going to be talking to us about how to meditate. So great to go back to basics. I think that you can't cover them too often, right, Mukesh? So I'll hand over to you and looking forward to the session.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you ever so much. And good morning to everybody also. I guess one of the reasons why I actually chose how to meditate for this morning session is really because if I look at my own journey, then I kind of started meditating at a very, very young age. And basically, when I was actually even at the age in school time, I found that when I was meditating, now and again, there was a lot of benefit that I was experiencing, especially with clear thinking, clarity of the mind, and also being able to concentrate much better with my study, with my education. And then as you grow up and you begin to get yourself into work environment, then I was working as a production manager for many years. And during that period, I was connecting with so many different teams within the company. The sales team, the purchasing one, the customers. So really on a daily basis, there were different individuals that I used to connect with to make sure that we did our production in the right way, with the right quality and the quantity, and making sure it gets to the customers in a good time. A lot of challenges were there for me during that period also. But what I found was that due to regular practice of meditation, I was able to maintain that level of self belief, self confidence, self respect during different challenges that I was going through. And probably the most important thing that I found was that my relationships with everybody, including the customers that I never know, I've never seen them before, they were very positive ones. And that was the benefit of meditating on a regular basis that I found. And like what Matthew was just saying earlier, that for the last now 10 years for me, I've been very fortunate that I've been able to dedicate this 10 years on a voluntary basis to running the activities of Inner Space, the meditation and the personal development center. And the challenges here are different to the challenges that I was finding as working as a production manager. Here, the challenges are very much about maintaining that positivity within my own self and with each other. Much easier to do in some ways, but equally creating such a beautiful environment within the house of the Inner Space that if anybody walked in, they would feel at ease instantly. They would feel that calmness and gentleness on their arrival, so that whichever course or whichever sessions they were coming for, it made it a little bit easier for them to take that information in. And then the most important thing, that they would never forget the place. They would never forget the environment, the vibrations of the building. So that was a challenge that I felt that I wanted to take on. And it's actually been an important part of my life, where I meditate with that purpose, so that the building carries that vibrations, and people then leave the building, and then they actually connect with that vibrations in their working environment, or with their family members, or with their friends, or with their work environment. So for me, meditation started at the age of, I think, 14, when I was 14 years old. And over 35 years now, the benefits are just too many to mention. Um, the mind becomes quiet, calm, peaceful as a result of meditating on a regular basis. The body feels the benefit of it because you're not holding on to any level of stress or anxiety, worries, fear. You're able to manage them much, much better. And the relationships are the ones which are the most important part of our life, where you feel well within each and every relationships that you have, including your own self, people you work with, people you meet, people you connect with, people you share with. And that's the beauty of meditating. This morning, what I thought was, rather than talk more about how to meditate, I thought, let's just go into the actual practice of meditation and the experience of meditation. And Raj Yoga meditation is a very, very simple form of meditation. There are no postures. There are no breathing techniques of any kind. There aren't any phrase or a mantra to chant. You don't even try to blank your mind, because to some degree, really, you can't. So Raj Yoga meditation is the yoga of the mind. In other words, when you meditate, you actually engage your mind to meditate with. In other words, you create thoughts when you meditate. You give focus to your mind, to your thoughts, a direction to your thoughts. And so let's begin this practice, this simple technique of meditating. Let's go into that experience of it. All I will do is I will share with you the kind of thoughts that I would create when I sit to meditate. And then you just have to follow them, do your best to stay with them. If the mind drifts somewhere else in between, don't worry about it, it's normal. Just bring it back to the words that I'm sharing with you, and make it your own thoughts as you hear them. So let's begin that journey now. The very first important thing to do is just to relax your body. and bring your body to a posture that you feel comfortable and at ease, and equally to some degree, stillness. It helps. And in a very gentle way, take your thoughts away from your physical form, your physical body. And if you like, you can close your eyes for the next few minutes as you're doing it, so that now my thoughts are no longer taking in the information through my eyes, through my ears. My mind is no longer disturbed by the sound and the sight of the external part of my world that I live in. And as I take my thoughts to the energy which is at the center of the forehead, I begin to visualize on the screen of my mind all the different kinds of thoughts that I create. And as I visualize on that screen of my mind, I can see that I'm holding so many different kinds of memories. These are the memories with which I have been living my life from the beginning of my childhood to the present day. And as I look at those memories and I remember them, some of those memories, the kind ones, the happy ones, they put a smile back on my face. I feel comfortable holding those memories within me. But then there are also some of the memories within me which are a little bit unkind. And when I go to those memories, they cause some kind of disturbance, a feeling of unease within me. And so I begin to make myself understand the reason for all of those memories which are still there within me, even though I want to let go of them. Why are they still there? Why do they still disturb me? The memories of something that I've done wrong, maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or the memories of other individuals in my life, things that they've done to me. Maybe they've caused me some hurt or pain or sorrow due to their words, due to their behavior. And as I look towards those thoughts again, I realize that my way of being so far has been through the identity of the different labels which I have acquired in my journey of life. And as I see those different labels which I have acquired so far in my life, I can see that because of that identity, I have been taking things in a wrong way and giving things out in a wrong way also. What is the purpose of life? The purpose of life is to experience peace, to experience love. Therefore, if I allow myself to be what I am internally, that peaceful self, that loving being, then I'm able to let go of those memories. But often that's not easy. And so what I need to do is to understand that I have to let go of those memories because they do not allow me to be what I am today in present life. And so with creating that positive feelings internally, that awareness of being a peaceful being, I'm able to let go of those memories. And I realize that once I connect internally to my inner world, which is a world of peace, the world of love, the world of happiness, the world of truth, the world that has wisdom within it, every time I allow my thoughts to be connected to one of those qualities, the values of my life, and then I begin to express through my words and through my behavior and through my actions that positive thought creates positive feelings. And those positive feelings enables me to be more patient, to stay more calm, to be more gentle, to be able to tolerate when there's a need to tolerate, to have that inner strength to face those challenges, but from the place of respond and reactions. And equally, when I hold within my mind, in my thoughts, each one of those qualities, and I live with those qualities with people who are in my life, whether they are my family members, whether they're my work colleagues, or people I socialize with. And even though they may not intend to hurt me through their words and through their behavior, but if I am in that situation where I'm facing those challenges, maybe insulted, maybe to some degree criticized or blamed, because my mind is filled with that positive energy of thoughts, again, I'm able to be at peace with them, to use the energy of love to deal with that criticism, that insult, so that my mind maintains that level of quietness and gentleness and peacefulness as I interact with them. And in many ways, as I meditate, I create those thoughts within myself, I realize that the way I've been functioning through my physical form, the physical body, hasn't been the right way. What has actually happened to me so far is that which is my outer world is ruling my inner world. I get affected, I get disturbed with the things which are outside of me, and I feel I don't have a control over them. But in meditation, as I talk to myself in a kind way, in a loving way, I begin to realize that which is within me, that positivity, this inner world within myself is the world through which I need to express my outer world. And this takes time, but as I talk to myself and I make myself understand the energy of life is positive and not negative. The energy of life, when it's positive, everything around me changes for better, not just for me, but for everybody else also. And the energy which is negative causes conflict, causes disturbance, takes away the energy of life with which we are living. And as I allow my thoughts to stay focused with this awareness of the qualities that exist within me, I begin to realize the whole purpose of life is to be my true self. I begin to learn through the practice of meditation, through creating these thoughts in meditation, that for such a long time I've been looking at myself through the eyes of others, then looking at myself through my own inner eye, the eye of wisdom, the eye of peace, the eye of love. And meditation helps me to come back to my true self, my real identity, so that if I can live with these thoughts within me in the right way, I create that peaceful vibrations in my words, in my expressions. Wherever I go, whatever I do, I carry that energy, and that's the energy that makes the difference, that enables others to see who they really are themselves internally. By myself turning inside to my inner world and putting that right, and then coming out into the outer world, I enable others to see their inner world and recognize their beauty and their qualities and their strength, the positive strength, so that they can also come out into their world in a positive way. And so for the next couple of seconds, I just hold onto that thought, a thought of being well within my own self through the positive energy, and sending out in this silence that positive energy to everyone that I know, and even those I don't know, because words only reach to some level, but the power of the mind, the silence of the mind, has no boundaries, no limitations. And just let me end this practice of meditation for a few seconds in that inner silence, and giving that silence out to the world that I live in. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Mukesh. It's one of those meditations where I didn't actually want to speak, disrupt the silence. It was really a very, very calming experience. And I know, obviously, we know each other pretty well, and I always find that being in your presence, that calmness really comes across. I think it's amazing what you were talking about at the start about creating vibrations in buildings, but it's amazing now that, you know, even across Zoom or YouTube or the virtual world, that those vibrations still carry just as well, which is a good thing because many of us are having to do a lot more of our interactions online now. But yeah, it's really, really incredible the vibrations that you created in that meditation. Very, very calming, very peaceful. I know that's what I need more of, and that's what we all need, I think. Do you have any? I've asked other facilitators this, and it's always an interesting question. But obviously, you've been meditating for some years now. I have two questions really. Is how long did it take you before you sort of started to notice a change? Because I think people starting out, that's always and I know this is different for everyone, but it's always a question. And do you have any particular, the other question, do you have any particular aspects to your routine which particularly support your meditation practice?
Thanks, Matthew. Yeah, I think the first one is you need a lot of patience to meditate because it's so easy to give up every time you sit down. Although the practice is simple, sit comfortably, relaxed, take your mind inwards, but then the mind goes all over the places. It doesn't really go in one place, it runs into different places. So it's a case of a gentle practice and really being kind to my own self as I meditate and allow that period where even for seconds I can feel some energy internally, which is different to the way I have felt before. So it's not so much about an instant result, because that's what everybody looks for these days. I need an instant answer, an instant outcome in what I'm doing, and I can't see anything. Forget it, it's not working. And that's not true, because there are just so many layers within us, which has become like the block, the building, which stops us from seeing the true identity, the true self. And so the first thing I would say is be patient, practice and more practice and more practice, and just catch that one moment of experience. It maybe you just felt peaceful, you just felt at ease, you felt calm. That's enough. And then hold that into your memory as many times as possible throughout the day. And once you hold that into your memory, you keep going back to that memory, it strengthens that experience. And therefore, next time when you sit down, it's almost like I'm going to plug myself back into that memory that I had before. So that's the first part of your answer to that question. And then the second part actually is that, I try and meditate as many times as possible throughout the day. I have a certain routine, the early morning time I try and do, and then throughout the day, now and again for a short period. But probably what I would recommend to the viewers is that find a little space within your flat or your house, a little corner. It could even be in a kitchen area or a dining area. It doesn't have to be in a living room. And use that little space to meditate with every single day for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, because then you're creating that vibration in a little corner of your house. And then at any point there are any challenges in your life, to find the answer, go to that place. Just sit there and let the mind become quiet and let the solution appear from that silence rather than thinking it through much or talking about it to too many people and getting all confused. But let that silence give the answer to the challenge that you're facing in life. And when you see the result of that, then actually I would say you begin to fall in love with meditation rather than think, how do I meditate? It's like I love it, I like it. What's so much, what is that you like about it? What's you love about it? It's that inner quietness that you feel.
Great, fantastic, fantastic. It's really, really good advice there. So thank you so much, and thank you for joining us today and for the whole session.
Thank you for
And
inviting.
you're very welcome. And thank you to everybody else who's been watching, who's joined us today. And you'll see in the YouTube chat and comments, there's information about Onepoint Oneness webpage. You can find out information about future sessions and catch up on past sessions too. And there's a huge library of all the sessions here on YouTube as well. So please do feel free to extend an invitation to future sessions to your colleagues, friends, and family, and even to catch up on some of the amazing topics we've had, including today, but over the past 30 odd sessions. So thanks again to everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And please do join us at the same time next Friday, 9 o'clock, for the next session. That's another interesting topic, Instilling Courage by Amita Hiralal. And we look forward to seeing you then.